Welcome to the NASCAR Interstate Batteries Cup Series here at Kentucky Motor Speedway for the Quaker State 400. 38 cars will line up for today's field for this night race. Let's take a look at some news. Keselowski had the fastest poles time, so he'll be on the pole. Kyle Larson had the fastest times in practice, so he's a factor to look out for. Martin Truex Jr. and Kurt Busch had a little history last week at Watkins Glen when Kurt Busch moved Martin Truex Jr., blows a tire, and they both got out of the race and ruined their days. Let's see if that does not happen here at Kentucky Motor Speedway for today's race. As you see the pace car pull off, let's take a look at the starting line for today's race. Brad Keselowski is on the pole alongside Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson in row 2. Row 3, Carl Edwards and Kevin Harvick. Row 4, Kurt Busch and Joey Logano. Row 5, Chase Elliott and Jimmy Johnson. Row 6 is Cole Custer. He's pretty good today. Let's see if he can run well today. Ryan Newman in row 8. That's pretty impressive for him. And in row 11 is Ryan Reed. That's a good start for him in this series. As you take a look at the starting lineup, and this will be a night race, so on lap 6, it will change from day to night. Let's go racing, folks, after this. Alright, so there are 38 cars in this field, and there are 12 laps. As you can see, the pace car has pulled off. Let's get ready for some nighttime racing in Kentucky as we go green in Kentucky Motor Speedway as Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead away from the pole sitter. Truex still leads, but here comes Kyle Larson trying to take second away, but Truex, and there's a battle for first, and now Truex will take it, and he will lead lap 1. As I see the cars go down, as Truex will lead lap 1. Here comes out of turns 1 and 2. Martin Truex Jr. is pulling ahead of Keselowski, as Larson will try to take second away from him. And there's Danica Patrick. Martin Truex Jr. looks like he will make Danica Patrick one lap down as he starts lapping the field down, as he leads another lap here. There's problems with Danica Patrick, and she turns right and involves Carl Edwards. Caution is out. What happened to them? Let's take a look at the replay here. So Danica Patrick just turns right all of a sudden, and Carl Edwards was high, and he had nowhere to go. We'll be right back after the break. We're back at Kentucky Motor Speedway as you see Danica Patrick heading to the garage, and Carl Edwards is heading to the garage. This is not a good day for Carl Edwards. As you see, Landon Castle was the last car in the lead lap, so he'll get the free pass. See, pit stops are on the way. Keselowski will make adjustments to his car because somehow he's not getting the run of his speed coming into this race. Jimmy Johnson will take 4 tires on fuel and otherwise has a great car. And Logano will have some adjustments too. As you see the cars come out of pit road, we're going to go for another lap to get every car back in line. We'll be right back. Welcome back at Kentucky Motor Speedway. It has gone night, and as the pace car pulls up, let's get ready for some nighttime racing. Green flag goes in the air for the restart. Truex is taking the lead, but here comes Kyle Larson, and Larson will take the lead away from Truex. Here comes Kurt Busch, and Kurt Busch makes Martin Truex Jr. loose. Truex is not like that at all. Remember last week, and no, he turns Kurt Busch, and Jr. and McMurray are involved. Caution is out. What happened? Let's take a look at the replay. So Truex hits Kurt Busch, or turns him on purpose. Kurt Busch hits the inside wall. Kurt Busch spins, and the other cars manage to avoid him around. But let's take a look, and Junior McMurray trying to avoid, but they end up colliding with each other. And Gordon, who was trying to avoid, hits the wall by Matt Kenseth clipping him. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to at Kentucky Motor Speedway. As you see, Jeff Gordon's on pit road for some repairs. And NASCAR has called Martin Truex Jr. to go to the garage. He is done. And Carl Edwards will go back on track for more racing here. Kurt Busch is headed to the garage by his own power and is having some words with Martin Truex Jr. Jr.'s out of his car, so he is done for today, and so is McMurray. Bad luck for them, but luckily they're in the playoffs with a win. As you see pit road starting on the way, Kyle Busch has to take 2 tires and fuel. Matt Kenseth will do some repairs. Harvick and Allen have the best runs of their lives. As you can see, the cars coming out of pit road. We'll be right back. We're back at Kentucky Motor Speedway. See, Jeff Gordon has finished his repairs, and Matt Kenseth had checked for repairs, but they are on 1 lap down. So here comes the pace car pull off, I think, for the final restart. Green flag goes in the air for the restart, and we don't know how much fuel Kyle Larson or Clint Boyer have. As you see them, Kyle Larson leading the race. As Kyle Larson comes out of turn 3 and 4, but here comes Joey Logano, but Brad Keselowski is somehow making it to the field. Kyle Larson will lead another lap here. As here comes Clint Boyer the second, but here comes Brad Keselowski making a 3-wide pass. Looks like we got a report that Tony Stewart is running out of fuel. As you see him in the back of the field, it looks like cars are coming in the pit stops, like Denny Hamlin and Greg Biffle. They're coming onto pit road. As Kyle Larson will lead another lap. As you see cars coming onto pit road, But we don't know how much fuel those three cars other have. As Brad Keselowski comes out of nowhere and passes Ryan Blaney and Clint Boyer. Could this be it for the race? We're gonna find out. White flag one more time around. Let's see if let's see if Kyle Larson has enough fuel while Keselowski may pass Kyle Larson, and he will. Brad Keselowski takes the lead. It's over, folks. Brad Keselowski will win the Quaker State 400 at Kentucky. What an amazing race we have seen, folks, as Keselowski does his burnout with the American flag. Let's take a look at some race results. Keselowski won the race. Larson was in second, pretty good run for him. Joey Logano in third. Johnson in fourth. And Harvick in fifth. Kyle Busch in sixth. Denny Hamlin seventh. Clint Boyer in eighth. That's a good run for him. Chase Elliott, last week's winner, in ninth. Ryan Blaney in 10th. That's pretty good for him. As you take a look at the rest of the field, most cars had pretty good runs, like Greg Biffle in 14th. Jones in 15th. Reagan in 16th. Ryan Reed in 17th. That's a pretty good run for him for today's race. So technically we got some news that Martin Truex Jr. will unfortunately have to start last in the next race at Darlington. And that's all the news we have for. Well, guys, thanks for watching at the NASCAR Interstate Batteries Cup Series here at Kentucky Motor Speedway for the Quaker State 400. Next race would be at Darlington for the GoDaddy 500. Make sure you subscribe to the NASCAR Racing 18 channel. Thanks for watching, and have a great night, everybody.